Morning, students. We have studied how to form the compounds like using a crisscross method. We have studied formation of NaCl. Okay, I have given you some homework also like Mg2 plus and Cl minus. How to form the compound Mg and Cl? Just simply interchange the charges. Like here charge is 1. For magnesium the charge is 2. Hence you will get MgCl2. The name of this compound is magnesium chloride. What is the name of this compound? Magnesium chloride. Okay. Now, like this, we can form so many compounds. Al3 plus Cl minus AlCl. Just interchange the charges. Charge is 1, Cl is 3. Hence, you will get AlCl3. The name of the compound is aluminium trichloride. What is the name of the compound? Aluminium trichloride. Now, after forming, how to write the formula of the compounds? In the textbook you have electrovalent ions and electropositive ions. You must modify those tables. Then only you can form the compounds. Now next today we will learn about a new term called valency. What is valency? See here we can in a bond formation like we are getting NaCl compound. Okay. Here in order to form this compound there must be some bonds in between sodium and chlorine. These bonds we call them as a chemical bonding. What is the bond? There is a bond between the chemicals must be formed in order to get the compound. This bond can be formed either by losing electrons or sharing the electrons. Any bond can be formed by either losing the electrons or sharing the electrons. Why this sharing and losing the electrons is done? This sharing and losing of electrons is done so that these atoms can attain inert gas configuration. See here, why they need to attain the inert gas configuration? Inert gases are always stable. Hence, in order to attain this stability, some elements may combine to form the bonds, either by losing the electrons or sharing the electrons. Now, valency means of an element is defined as the number of electrons lost or shared by reacting with other atoms to attain inert gas configuration is called valency. Now how I will show you a simple example, sodium chloride, how it is formed. Look at here children. Actually this is a bond called ionic bond. The bond between sodium and chlorine is ionic bond. Now let us take sodium. Its atomic number is 11. That means how many protons are there? 11 protons, 11 electrons. Now how to enter these electrons? We have studied according to Bohr's theory. First shell 2, second shell 8, last shell, third shell 1. 8 plus 2 10, 10 plus 1 11. Look at chlorine, it is 17. How to enter these electrons? 2, 8, 7. Okay? Now I said valency means either losing the electrons. Okay? Now your inert gas elements, all elements like helium except helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. These all elements have 8 electrons in the outermost shell. Hence, we call them as the 8th group elements or a 0 group elements, or these elements have stability because of attaining the 8 electrons. Now similar to that, for sodium let us say, how many electrons are there? 2, 8, 1. See children, if we want to either lose or gain the electrons, we can do it only in the last shell of the element. We cannot take out the electrons from the first shell. Okay? The last shell. Which shell? The last shell we call it as a valency shell. Those electrons only can be taken out or added. Okay? In the last shell electrons. Now here, similar to the inert gas, I want sodium to attain octet. What I can do? Whatever one electron is there in my last shell, I am removing one electron from sodium. Then what happens to sodium? If I remove one electron, Na plus. I told you plus me, if here any number is not there means we can assume it as 1. One electron if I remove, then I will get 2, 8 electrons in my sodium. Like similar to neon, is it also having 8 electrons in the last shell now? Yes. Now here chlorine. The last shell I must get 8 electrons. What can I do? I can add 1 electron. Okay? Only to the last shell we can add. If I add 1 electron to chlorine, what happens? Cl minus 1. Then here chlorine will attain 288. That is 8 electrons similar to your argon. Okay? Now this is stable, being 8 electrons in the last shell. Your chlorine is also stable because of 8 electrons. Okay? Now I got plus charge, minus charge. Plus 1. Always the positively are called cations. Na plus, Al plus, Al3 plus, Cu2 plus, Fe2 plus. If plus charge is there, we call them as cations. Anions means minus, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, whatever may be the number, if it is minus, we call them as anions. Okay? See here, what I said, valency means number of electrons lost. Here, does my chlorine has lost one electron? Yes. To attain what? Inert gas configuration. It has attained the inert gas configuration of which element? Neon. Here, chlorine also attained the inert gas configuration of argon by adding one electron. This method, say here sodium and chlorine. We have done Na plus 1, Cl minus 1. If we again do the crisscross method, we will get NaCl, which is the compound form. Okay? This bond formation with a positive and a negative, we call this one as ionic bond because ions are formed. In order to form the ionic bond, there must be one cation and one anion. Hence, the bond formed by the ions, we call it as an ionic bond. Valency means how many, either it is losing the electrons or gaining the electrons or sharing the electrons in order to attain the inert gas configuration. That is nothing but we call it as a valency. Okay, children. Next, some elements may show different valencies like covalency we call. Covalency means a variable valency. Some elements like iron, copper, they will show variable valency. Iron can show Fe plus, Fe2 plus, Fe3 plus. Copper also Cu plus, Cu2 plus, Cu3 plus. That means iron can lose either 1 electron, 2 or 3. Copper also it can lose 1, 2 or 3. Either losing or gaining these electrons, we call it as a covalency or variable valency. Okay? Now, after this valency, you have chemical equation. See, we will see a small example. A chemical equation means, say here, an equation we are representing with the chemicals. See here, children, in the first example, hydrogen is reacting with oxygen to form water. Hydrogen is a chemical, oxygen is a chemical, water is also a chemical. Hence, we are representing it in the form of an equation. Such equation is called as a chemical equation. Say, in a chemical equation, not only regarding the chemicals, sometimes it is used to represent gases. For gases, always an arrow should be pointing upwards. If there are any insoluble substances formed in any reaction, always we represent it with down arrow. Such substances we call them as PPT, precipitate. Okay? Here chemical equation not only involves the chemicals, it gives you the information like whether those are solids or gases or liquids, and any gases are coming out after reaction, any insoluble substances are present in the after undergoing the reaction, and also it gives information like a solid substance or a liquid or a gaseous substance. Okay? In the next class, we will study how to balance this chemical equation. Okay, children? Note down your homework. Define first one valency, second one covalency, second explain the ionic bond formation for NaCl. Okay, this is regarding your homework, children. Try to do that in your homework book. Okay, children, thank you.